You're welcome back to News Insight. It's been in the news the way Governor Sani has attacked opposition for attacking our president. In general, I'm one of those who believe Nigerians don't even hold their government officials sufficiently accountable, because a host of us are either waiting for their turn or they will decide to japa. The effort they place in holding a coach of a football team accountable is even more than the one they put forward to hold the government officials accountable. And it's the government officials that determine what happens to them eventually. How do you think those, just a few of them that have decided to raise their voice, are said to be doing the wrong thing? Hello, guys. It is unprecedented that a governor is coming to the defense of the president against oppositions. And oppositions are like, what did we do that you are saying we're undemocratic? You're the one that is undemocratic by not allowing us to exist. Oppositions must survive. Whether you support Asiwaju, you support any other person. If as I thank God, Asiwaju came from opposition. If he didn't survive, he will not be our president today. An opposition will survive, maybe not in 2027, it could be some other time. An opposition will also come to the center stage. What is this thing that is in our government officials that their skin is so weak to accept criticisms and corrections?
To a large extent, I would call it sycophancy, number one. Number two, the governor and the president don't hold a joint ticket. The losing of election of the president doesn't make the governor to lose his election. Now, if somebody that you are governing and is telling you that I'm not satisfied, it has become, then you are now telling him, shut up. That means democracy is thrown out of the window.
That's right.
That means you cannot.
Because you are shouting for your employer.
Exactly.
The people are your employer.
Exactly.
The people the sovereignty belongs to the people. And you are working for them.
And they tell you, don't talk.
They tell you the direction you are going, we don't like it. I can only explain to them. You can't shut them down. What is this thing? And in Nigeria, we don't even speak.
As much as we should speak.
We don't.
Just imagine what's happening in America right now. All the opposition and all other voices of dissent are saying, no Trump, no Trump. Even his
party.
Even that's what I'm saying.
Yes, even in the party. Okay, I think, Eli, do you think it's because they say if you don't spoil a person too much, any day when you can't talk, you go say, okay, keep quiet. Is it because we are so docile? We have been so docile. It's not like we are docile people generally. I don't believe we are generally docile people. We have been docile towards reacting to government policies. So each time we now say A, they get angry. Now we spoil them, Abi.
No, in the case of Sani Uba, I think it's most unfortunate the way he came up with this statement. But then it's clearly the kind of describe the kind of leadership we're having in the country. It's a country where it's like military rule, where the president or the highest authority, which is the president, if you gain favor before him, all right, it does not matter the people you are to govern, either they like you or not, one way or the other. There's what fella sang that says government magic. And this is why I've been talking about our INEC, our election empire, INEC. INEC does not really give a victory to the person or the people chosen by the citizens. So now Ubasani, I think from his perspective, might be looking at it that the president, if he's in the good record of the president, will automatically become the next governor come 2027. Because if you look at the situation that happened in Edo, in Kogi, and some other places, you discover that it's not actually the will of the people that prevail.
But that of Edo is an off-cycle election. General election is not. You don't have federal might concentrated in one spot in the general election.
But
even the yes,
but it's still there.
It's still there, but it's not stretched. I can tell you, it's stretched.
Yes, it's stretched.
It's overstretched.
But again, if you are going into before you even talk of general election, there are party primaries.
Yes.
All right, and then the party primaries are always influenced in Nigeria. All right, the political party primaries are influenced by choice candidates.
No, the chances of winning an incumbent governor or president on the primary
almost
space. It's
impossible.
almost
Okay, then why is it almost impossible?
So we are not concentrating more on that.
No,
also
but
the
why is
general
it
election.
almost impossible? It's still because of corruption and the
Even
way.
in a civilized world, it's also very hard.
So Ubasani,
But in America, they don't even do it.
They don't even bother.
Ubasani did not come up to say that certain things that were being said about this present administration were wrong. I would have said, okay, fine, I give it to him. But rather, he's unfortunately saying that if what they are doing is bad, people should not. You should either applaud them or just keep quiet, so that the wrong can continue going, so that destruction can continue going, and it's most unfortunate.
See, Kingsley, I'm not one of those who completely believe Nigerians don't know how to react or defend or do things. You know, somebody gave an example, was it yesterday or so, that if you want to know that Nigerians are not docile, go and abuse their pastor. Go to the church. Walk into their church, abuse their pastor. You may not come out alive. They will react. But how come bad policies will be thrown on us? I'm one of those who tell people, don't call your uncle when it's hard, call government. Don't call your brother when it's hard, call government.
They don't have government's number.
You have. The street is government number. The open field is government number. The front of any government building is government number. But rather than Nigeria do that, they either wait for their turn, pray and wait for their turn, or they japa. After they japa, they will still japa that. Because the fight.
Did you live in Lagos?
Of course, I grew up in Lagos. Of course, the fight you put forward in another country to make a home there, fraction of that would have given you a home here. Why it's not? Because now this is a call. It's an insult to us that a little statement from opposition, Governor Basani is calling them undemocratic set of people.
Okay, so, I've given this analogy before. If you take a grasshopper and put it here and cover it,
Yes.
when that grasshopper hops,
Yes.
it gets to the lid,
Yes.
and go down.
Yes.
And you do that for, let's say, 12 hours.
Yes.
The next time you remove the lid,
Yes.
when the grasshopper hops,
It will still remain in
it
that
will still
position.
remain at that
It
point.
won't go beyond.
So they affected our
mentality.
mentality.
Yes.
So because of that, Nigerians don't talk anymore. Can you imagine if it was the time of Oshomole, whether for good or for bad?
Yes.
Obasanjo said, I increased fuel from 15 naira to 300 naira.
Yeah.
There will be massive street protests.
And this one was increased from 165 naira to 1,000
More
naira.
than 1,000
Before it
naira.
started drop. And when it drops 10 naira, they said the
They
fuel
say
price
the
is
fuel has
slashed.
crashed. No, they say it's crashed.
Crashed.
Is it what has happened to our mentality? Is it what has happened? The father of protest and democratic, say we are Democrat,
Yes.
who is our president now, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed
Tinubu.
Tinubu, doesn't want us to. Do you know how many people they arrest every day? Journalists, throw them in jail? I mean,
For speaking the truth.
for speaking the truth.
No, I tell people when you speak what is truth and odious, you can stand any day.
And let me tell
because
you,
the essence is you want the country to be better.
Better.
And if the government actually want the country to be better,
they will listen.
They should listen to you.
And let me tell you something. It's not just Ole Basani that is started this thing. It may be in another different way. Oboriwori said that I stand with the president wherever he stands.
That is
No, but you see, that's the sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Because they also want an automatic ticket for the next election. Now, he is just talking about himself. But Obasani came out in another way and said that don't talk to the president like that.
Yes. So, Eli, there is still some quarters who are saying that Obasani, yes, psychophancy, like you said, is there, but Obasani is playing a theater in Nollywood with Asiwaju. That Obasani is still very, very strong with Erufai. That they are just trying to manage Asiwaju so it doesn't create problem from there. It's not like, oh, Obasani has left Erufai, is now with Asiwaju. There's nothing like that. You I think you were born in Kaduna, right?
Oh, sure.
You're a Kaduna, so...
Sure. I disagree with such thinking. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a drama. On the part of Obasani and El-Rufai, it's no longer a thin line, it's a wide line, it's open. I do not see El-Rufai and Obasani moving on the same path, same ideas. Action, they say, speaks louder than words. So anybody that is thinking that way, anyway, everybody's entitled to his or her opinion.
Sure.
But to me, the way I see it, Ubasani, whatever he is doing now and speaking now, he's doing it for himself, by himself, not being given instruction by El-Rufai or just playing as if there's issue. When the final minute is down, they will not come together.
Now, the other day you gave some credit to Kingsley, permit me because he's a Kaduna person. Let me leverage on that. You gave some credit to Ubasani, you know, the way he's developing both North and South Kaduna almost equally.
Yes.
Don't you think he should focus more on that rather than coming to be
That's
a mouthpiece of us? Because that will
why-
attract enemy for him.
That's why I said here that it's rather unfortunate, all right? Because I still remember here in the studio, I mentioned that the way he is going.
Yes.
I was in Kaduna over
Last
weekend.
yes.
I was in Kaduna for like 5 days.
Yeah.
And I had different conversations with different groups and different people.
Yeah.
And I still see Ubasani as the next favored.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to
all
go,
the people.
He doesn't need to go and buy fight.
I don't know. That is it. A fight that he doesn't need.
Yes.
So I think it's just like he has said. When you are being put in a place for a very long time, your mentality and understanding, change. So as it stands, Obasani still have a chance, but he should be careful.
Okay.
Let him fight for his state and leave the fight for the gods.
Yeah.
For the gods to fight their fight.
Okay, Kingsley, like we said, we have always said it, that one of our focal points in this studio is to help contribute our quota to arriving at Nigeria that works for everybody. Opposition, you can play it safe. Opposition too, if you don't manage it well, you can play it into destruction of a nation. We don't want opposition into destruction of a nation. So how will our people cover their walls, the way, their method, and make sure that their target is to achieve the best for the nation, not something that will stimulate anybody into fighting. You can protest, it's fine, but let it be peaceful, but not anything that will draw us along our ethnic and religious lines that can promote people into fighting. How do we achieve that? Because people in government are always scared when they see people gather or anything.
As far as I'm concerned, right now, there's no opposition.
Okay.
My perspective.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's no opposition because all the ones that should have formed opposition, they've all fallen by the wayside. Because of
by the wayside, or they are falling into the mainstream?
No, some by the wayside.
Okay.
Some to the mainstream.
Yes.
Some are being destroyed internally. Do you understand? By the ruling party. Do you understand? They have infiltrated their camps and they are not
I know
being
this
able
is
to
difficult
stand.
to do,
Yes.
and it's difficult to say.
Yeah.
And oftentimes, when you say it, people don't get it. Could it be that these politicians elected, serving, that are moving from PDP and Labour Party into APC, doesn't mean they are so happy with Asiwaju policies? Could it be that?
No, because they have been the politicians they have been from time immemorial. They don't think about the people, they think about their pocket. They just rode on somewhere like Labour Party to come to power. But their true color will show.
So their true color is what they are.
And that's what they're showing. And the opposition you talked about. Yeah. Opposition has not even played anything. Let us see a gathering of opposition.
1 million man march.
10 million at this point. Yeah. Not sponsored by anybody. Yeah. But Nigerians from the commoners coming out and saying it's becoming too much for us.
About like 30 seconds. Do you think oppositions are really doing anything to hold this government accountable?
Well,
30 seconds.
The damage is much. So
the damage by the ruling party,
by the damage by our politicians, and then the people that have been in power before now and even now is so much. So it will take time for us to see if we have very formidable opposition. But yes,
But we don't have the time.
Well, I think so. No, we do. They've started. At least this is the first time that you even hear opposition, and counter and support. This is the first time. Okay. What we've had before is just direct opposition, no counter.
I think we'll be coining out there. Kingsley is saying that we don't even have opposition. You are saying, we're probably at our best moment at this time. Okay, let's leave it at that way. The discussion continues when we come back. Still at News Insight. We'll be right back.